I am not Robert Anton Wilson. Before we get started, I'd just like to say welcome to Sonoma State University. On behalf of Associated Student Productions, we thank you for coming by. This is a great turnout. We're really excited about this evening. I don't know if we are. I am. Before we get started, I'd like to announce that ASC is involved in a couple other things in the upcoming month. For starters, November 19th, next Sunday, right here, author Doris Lessing will be speaking in the gymnasium right across campus. And on December 5th, right in this very room, no chairs, lots of dancing, Camper Van Beethoven. It's your last chance. Thank you. Last chance to see them in a small place, I guarantee that. December 14th, we are producing up in Healdsburg, about a half an hour north of here, David Lindley. Opening up for David will be Norton Buffalo with Roy Rogers. And then the next night, December 15th, Sonoma State celebrates the fact that we have survived yet another semester with an I Survived party right in the student union over there with dancing and drinking and all sorts of other things that you're not supposed to do. And finally, the end of the semester is Mr. Bungle, the Smoking Rhythm Prawns and Nuisance, right here. Nobody's allowed to wear colored clothing, okay? Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce a man that we all know as a devout Christian and a true patriot, Dr. Robert Anton Wilson.
Now we have a short pause for the ancient Masonic ritual of getting the speaker wired. As if I'm not wired enough already.
You can take that off, yeah.
AIDS is a virus. George Bush is a punishment sent by God. I find the present administration more embarrassing than any young people do. I grew up in the Stone Age. I grew up in the 1930s in Brooklyn. Dinosaurs still roamed the earth then. And in those days, Bush meant pubic hair. And quail, pardon me ladies, quail meant vagina. And, the early imprint leaves a strong, it's a total bodily imprint, unlike later information. I can say vagina, I can say vulva, I can even say pussy. Everything's okay, but when I say quail, I'm suddenly back, I'm 13 years old again. And there we are, a bunch of boys over in one corner of the playground where the teachers won't hear us. And have you ever seen a bush? Did your girlfriend ever let you touch her quail? And there's constant terror that one of the teachers will hear us and we'll get caught, and God knows what will happen. Bush and quail, bush and quail. This is my whole adolescence being played back. And I wonder if we were programmed for this administration by the last couple of decades of looking at Playboy centerfolds. But actually, this administration is more influenced by the Hustler centerfold. Feminists aren't aware of the difference between Playboy, Penthouse, and Hustler, but every man knows the difference. In Playboy, they've got these beautiful young ladies who look at the camera and out of the page at you as if they want you to make love to them. In Penthouse, they've got these beautiful young ladies who look like they got tired waiting and they started making love to themselves. In Hustler, they have these beautiful young ladies who look like they're submitting to a gynecological examination. You see, Hustler is for the people who were raised in really strict Christian families to whom sex was a deep, dark mystery. The dirty little secret, as D.H. Lawrence called it. And anything having to do with sex was such a mystery in their childhood that they still think there's a mystery there, even if they're married. A lot of guys who read Hustler are married. But sex is still a mystery. They think there's something they haven't found out yet. And they think maybe they'll find it out if they look at these pictures in Hustler long enough. It's like a friend of mine when he was 14. He got a Split Beaver magazine. He was old enough to get it from a candy store where, if you knew the manager, these things could be arranged. He took the Split Beaver magazine home, and he looked at it under a microscope. He wanted to know, he really wanted to know these feminine secrets that are hidden from little boys. And imagine his horror and consternation. In the microscope, all he saw was a phalanx of different colored dots. That was his first mystical experience. Of course, if he had modern scientific instruments and looked even deeper, what he'd see is nothing, with a few little wiggles of something every now and then, because that's what the quantum world is like. David Bohm, the physicist, says the universe consists mostly of nothing, with a hiccup of something now and then. And my friend learned this looking at these Split Beaver photos through that microscope. The surface of things is what attracts us. When we get to the bottom, we find there's nothing there. See, now I've explained Zen, and you can all go home. Now comes the ritual of the speaker having a drink of water. Bat shit, rat shit, Danforth quail, 5 puppy Pekingese packed in a pail. Bat shit, rat shit, lizard shit, fuck. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Rambo Duck. I'm sorry. You know what kind of moon we've got tonight? Even a man who is, you remember, even a man who is pure of heart and says his prayers by night can go, rat shit, bat shit, Danforth quail, 5 puppy Pekingese packed in a pail, when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. Major Strasser has been shot. Round up the usual suspects. No, it was not the airplanes. It was Beauty that killed the beast. Hey, Abbott! Okay, I'm getting over it. Just these full moon nights, these things happen. I was in Berlin a couple of weeks ago. The big hit in Berlin right now, I don't know whether I'm in America or still in Germany. It's Berlin over there. It's Berlin here. I might as well go back there in imagination. I was in Berlin, and the big hit is Batman. And they're using the American title on it, Batman, because they can't translate it into German. If they did, it would be Fledermausmensch. And who could take a motherfucker like that seriously? Flying Mouse Man. Christ.